Hey guys, I'm Lauren Trishelle and welcome to my channel. Okay, so today I am giving the first update, so update number 1 on my 2026 project pans. So normally I wouldn't be giving an update this early on, but I do have some exciting news. I do actually have some update-worthy news, but first, I did want to mention, if you like my eyeshadow today, I actually did film this look. I used the ColourPop Winnie the Pooh collab palette, Sweet as Can Be, and I will link that video in the description box below in case you're interested in watching it. Okay, but let's get into the updates. In my last video, my 2026 Project Pans introductory video, I said that I will have 14 items in my Project Pans for this year, but that has actually changed. Now there's 15 items because I have added in another item, so that's kind of exciting. So I started this year's Project Pans a little late. I started it on February 27th. The last item that I added in was added in on March 23rd. So almost a full month after I officially started my Project Pans. So I wanted to say the item that I'm adding in is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism eyeshadow palette. I actually absolutely adore this palette. It holds a lot of meaning to me because this is the first expensive eyeshadow palette I ever purchased. This was when I kind of was first getting into makeup, like for real, because before then, the only makeup I purchased was drugstore makeup. So I did have eyeshadow palettes, but they were like CoverGirl or Milani, stuff like that, you know? So this palette does mean a lot to me because I purchased it when I was in high school, and I purchased it with the money that I made at my part-time job that I would go to after school. And I was so proud of myself to have an Anastasia palette, even though it wasn't one of the big ones. I feel like no one even knows about this palette. Whenever you think of an Anastasia palette, people think of modern Renaissance or soft glam. No one even knows about Prism. But I love it. I love this palette. So I added this one in because I was going through my eyeshadow collection, and as I was looking at this palette, I was like, wow, I've made a dent on this palette. Let me show you guys. I have made a dent on this palette. So this is a 14 pan palette, and I have completely panned 3 of the shades already. So Lucid is gone, Unity is gone, and Pyramid is gone. I have hit pan on, and I have hit pan on 6 of the other shades. So I've hit pan on Eden, Saturn, Eternal, Sphere, Obsidian, and Lure, and Lure you. I struggle with that word. I know what the word is. I know how it sounds, but when it comes to me having to pronounce it, I struggle with it, okay? We're just, whatever. Anyways, again, I've already completely panned 3 of the shades. So this was a 14 pan palette. That brings it down to an 11 pan palette. And out of those 11 shades, I've hit pan on 6 of them. So I've already made a big dent in this palette. You know, I was going through my eyeshadow collection thinking of content ideas for this channel. And as I was looking at this palette, I was like, I don't even want to really do anything with this palette on my channel because it just kind of looks ugly. It kind of looks ugly. 3 of the shades are already gone, and then 6 of the other shades are getting gone, and it's really old. The felt is coming up here, and it's dusty and it's dirty, and you can tell that it's just been used a lot. And I love that. I love that it's been used a lot. I love that you can see how much I've loved this palette. That also means that I don't really want to use it on my channel for tutorials or for palette bingo or for anything like that because I think it just looks ugly and I feel like people won't want to look at this palette. I was like, I am going to just add this in to my project pans for this year because I've already made a big dent in this palette already. So it's already, you know, got one foot out the door. It's actually very possible that I could completely pan this palette this year, which would be so cool if I could do that. And then that's how I will utilize it on my channel, as it will be utilized for project pan videos. Again, it was officially added in on March 23rd of this year. Today is March 27th, so that was just a few days ago. At the time I'm filming this video is March 27th. So since adding it in just a few days ago, I have already used this palette 4 times. Yeah, I'm excited to be adding this in. I've already made a lot of progress. Okay, now let's do the updates on all of the other items. Another item in my project pans is my Morphe Filter Effect Soft Focus Matte Foundation. This one is in the shade Light 1. I haven't seen much progress on this foundation. I have used this 2 times since starting my project pans, so I definitely need to use that more. Next, I have the e.l.f. Cosmetics 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This one is in the shade Fair Warm, and I have used this 2 times since starting my project pans. Next, I have the Morphe 35H Hotspot Eyeshadow Palette. I have made some progress on this palette. The most progress I have made is on the shade Siesta, which is this one. I am actually very close to having that one completely panned. Other than that, I haven't had much visible progress. And I have used this palette 23 times since starting my project pans. Next, I have the e.l.f. Cosmetics Powder Blush Palette. This one is in the shade range Light. And I have used this 10 times since starting my project pans. Next, I have the Violet Voss Sugar Crystals Eyeshadow Palette. I have actually had some good progress on this palette, which I'm really proud of. So I have actually hit pan on 2 of the shades already. I've hit pan on Sugar Crystals right here and Lollipop right here. So that's exciting because I have hit pan on 2 shades, so that's good progress. And I have used this palette 15 times since starting my project pans. Next, I have some of those ColourPop BFF Volumizing Mascaras. So first, I have the shade Yellow Goodbye. This is the old packaging, by the way. ColourPop has since repackaged their BFF mascaras. So my packaging looks a little different than how they look now. But this one is in the shade Yellow Goodbye, and I have used this 1 time since starting my project pans. Next, I have another one of the ColourPop BFF Volumizing Mascaras. This one is in the shade Pink Ink, and I have used this 0 times since starting my project pans. So this one is a little sad. I definitely need to start using this one more. Next, I have those 2 highlighter palettes from Hard Candy. So this is the Just Glow Highlighting Palette. This one is in the shade range Glowing by Night. This one was basically like untouched. I mean, as you can see, I haven't really used this highlighting palette much at all, but I did add it to my project pans because my goal for this palette is to just make a visible difference in the palette. And I have used this 10 times since starting my project pans. Guys, I'm always so bad about wiping my phone screen off before I film these videos. And then I go back in editing and I'm like, oh my gosh, why didn't I wipe my phone screen off? Like there's fingerprints all over that thing. And I just don't even think about it. But I thought about it now, so I'm wiping my phone screen off so that when I show you my phone screen, it won't look gross. But I'm sorry that I forget. Okay, next I have the other Just Glow highlighting palette from Hard Candy. This one is old and beat up. This one is in the shade range Struck by Light. As you can see, I have already like made a big dent in this palette. Like these 2 shades are completely gone. And this one I've already hit pan on. This one I've hit pan on as well. I have had some progress with this palette. I've made bigger dents in this pan and somewhat of a bigger dent in this pan. And I have used this 16 times since starting my project pans. Next, I have some eyeshadow singles. So I have the Makeup Forever. This is an eyeshadow single. I don't know. I tried to find what the actual shade is called, but I don't know. It's yellow. Like, I don't know. I couldn't find the actual like name or number. I couldn't find it anywhere. But this is Makeup Forever, and it's just like a bright yellow eyeshadow single. It's old. This is old. Like, I bought this years and years ago, and it's so old that the writing is rubbed off on the back, so I don't know what the shade is. But I have hit pan on this already. You can barely tell. That was before this project. But yeah, I have used this 0 times since starting my project pans, so I definitely need to start using this eyeshadow single more, because my goal for this one is to have it completely panned by the end of this project. I also have an eyeshadow single from Tarte in my project pans for this year. This one is untouched. I've actually never used this eyeshadow single before. This one is in the shade Vintage. It's been sitting in my makeup collection for years now, and I've never even touched it. So my goal for this one was more so to just actually start using it, which I have clearly failed to do because it has 0 uses since I started my project pans. So I definitely need to start using this one more. And then my other eyeshadow single is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one I don't have like a container for. It's a refill, and I didn't get like an actual container for it, so it's just in a plastic packaging. This one is in the shade Sunset, and I have also never used it before. This was gifted to me years and years ago, and it has remained untouched. So my goal for this one is to just really get some use out of it as well, which I have also failed to do with this one, because this one is also sitting at 0 uses. I definitely need to start using those eyeshadow singles. I just don't really like eyeshadow singles. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. It's just that I don't tend to reach for an eyeshadow single. Like, when I'm doing my makeup, I'm not reaching for an eyeshadow single. I'm typically reaching for a palette, because I usually use several different colors in one eyeshadow look. So I'm typically reaching for a palette because that gives me several different options in one thing. So that's my issue with eyeshadow singles. I think they're perfectly fine, and if you love them, that's great for you, but they are not for me unless they are a very, very unique shade that I haven't been able to find anywhere else. Then I don't use them. Like, I have this really cool old eyeshadow single from Sephora collection from years and years and years ago, and I actually do get, it doesn't necessarily look like it, but I do get a good amount of use out of this one because it is such a beautiful, unique shade that I haven't been able to find anywhere else. So that's what draws me to this one. Those eyeshadow singles, like the one from Tarte and the one from Anastasia, they have gone untouched all of these years because they're both like very basic shades that I can find in any of my other palettes. Okay, and I also have the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek Stick. This one is in the shade Work. I have actually started using this, and I've started really, really liking it, okay? I got this like everybody else did. This was like one of the free birthday gifts from Sephora like years and years ago, and I never really used it because it intimidated me. I felt daunted by the task of using this like weird lip and cheek stick. Like, I was like, what is this? How do I use it? What do I do? Because I'm like a powder product girly. I use lots of powder products and like cream products and other things. Those just kind of intimidate me, okay? So I went years without ever really using this because I was just intimidated by it, which I know sounds silly now because, like, Lauren, come on, it's just makeup. It's not like you're going to war, like, it's just makeup. But I was intimidated. So this project pan has forced me to start using this product, and I actually really like it, okay? It's good. This is a good product. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it. That being said, I've only used it 3 times since I started my project pans, but that's still 3 times more than before. I'm proud of myself, and I'm actually really enjoying this product. Okay, so that rounds up all of my updates. The last thing that I have been saving for till the end is my empty, because I did actually empty one of my products already. I know, kind of crazy. Considering how it's only been 1 month since starting my project pans, it is kind of crazy to think about how I already have an empty, but there's a reason. The last product is another one of the ColourPop BFF volumizing mascaras. This one is in the shade Left on Red. It's so pretty. And this is empty. It's empty. So I actually only used this 1 time since starting my project pans, and it was a one and done. When I added this to my project pans for this year, I thought that there was far more product left than there really was, and I simply was wrong. There actually was like nothing left in this tube, and I thought that there was, and there just wasn't. When I was applying it for that 1 time, I was like scraping product off of the sides of the tube, and then I went to work later and I looked weird because it looked like I didn't really have mascara on. I mean, first of all, it's red mascara. I know that. So it's out of the ordinary to begin with, but like that's not really weird for me. Like I'm a makeup girly. I'm a colorful makeup girly, so people are used to me wearing bright makeup. So that wasn't the weird thing. It was just that there was barely any red mascara on my lashes, so it just looked kind of weird. On my break, I ended up just applying regular black mascara because I needed something visible on my lashes. This is an empty. I have completed it. Yay! So that means one of the items from my project pans is already done. And that was the update that I needed to give you. It's already done. One of the items is already done, so that's exciting. But yeah, that is everything. Please follow my 2026 project pans. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's forcing me to actually use items that I don't always use. And it's forcing me to complete items, which I love doing. I love completing makeup. That makes me very happy. So I've been having a good time with it. Is anyone else doing a project pan? If you are, let me know in the comments below. I think they're fun. I think you should do it. You don't have to like be a content creator necessarily to partake in a project pan. So just do it. Have fun with it. Use your makeup, you know? But yeah, that is everything for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for spending time with me. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the things, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.